revealing the hidden. We are here with the next topic and very interesting topic in this era of pandemic, that is virtual sex. We had come to a era where people has been using the digital technology in such a way that the interaction with the partners or the spouses, even the strangers, has been taken through in the digital world. Let us have a quick insight of this particular topic. For addressing this topic, I would like to welcome our brother Bonifer Andigiri to this session. So, welcome Bonnie to the next session of the hot topic, that is virtual sex. So, let us have a word on this concept. What is virtual sex? Because we really don't know what all things are involved in virtual sex. So, let's discuss on that particular topic.
Thank you for inviting me and having me here again. And yes, virtual sex is something that is going to be it's not going to be a hot topic, it's already a hot topic. In fact, while we are just speaking right now, the current world is changing to such a level where the way how we would interact with each other, the way how partners would interact with each other and even strangers in the realm of sexual fantasy and experience is all set to change.
Yes.
And it's not going to change tomorrow, it's already changing today. And the way how we're looking at virtual sex is that virtual sex is going to redefine the boundaries, is going to relay the foundations of what intimacy is all about, is going to take bedroom beyond borders,
Right.
and it is going to also influence the way how we approach, how we experience, and how we speak about an important aspect of our life, that is sex. So in the domain of sex, in the domain of virtual sex, it ranges from anything that is physical between two people to some physical in the sense physical yet separated by a vast expanse of digital space. So you could be sitting somewhere else across continents and your partner could be somewhere else, but both of you all can actually enjoy sexual intimacy, obviously not private to anybody else, but through video chatting, through audio call, or through both. It could also be now in a way where you could have instruments and you could have specially technical devices that you can wear and you can experience and you can have the control of that same device with your partner. And people have been using technologically advanced machines and tech right at the devices like your mobile phone to give vibration the way how you would want it and the way how you'd experience it and enjoy it as if you are with your partner. At the same time, the another domain is the usual sexting and sex chatting and sex cameras that people install, and they kind of enjoy intimacy or enjoy fantasy basically. And that also is virtual sex, where you basically have and enjoy sexual experiences via the digital space.
So, I think Bonnie has explained expanded form what is virtual sex. To add on, as you said, that whatever happening in our life in pandemic, how a classroom is shifted into a digital classroom, maybe mainly a Google Classroom. The same way the life aspects of a person is also
Shifted.
moved digitally. So what is happening? The personal touch is actually losing, and the importance of man is getting diminished, where a robot or a computer is replacing a man.
Yeah.
According to the way I need, not your consent, or I don't want your complete participation the way I need. Since it's more than a human being, I can control you in a better way.
Yes.
And another thing what I can see in this virtual sex is it is more seen in youngsters. And if you speak this to an older generation, they all feel ashamed even to talk. Whereas in adolescent or youngsters, it's a very common thing. Hey, hello, hi, beautiful. This is the way they just get in, and the person will be pulled into a chat room where you can have what is really having a separate room by themselves. And you already explained what are the ways? Sexing is a way, chat rooms is another
Yeah.
way, and using sex toys is another way.
Yep.
Then web chatting, camming. So these are various ways where you can be in a virtual sex. So, but how do you think that how it is going to impact the people?
So it's actually already impacting people. The very fact that we're discussing this is because it's going to be a powerful impact, because when video games came in, and when people started, kids basically started hooking onto it, now video games has gone to a level where professional race car drivers are being picked up from video game parlors, and millions have been spent on getting the same video game content to check your ability of driving. Now, if that is true for something that is so professional, it is so risky, it also easily translates to something that is so private in terms of virtual sex. So virtual sex is here and now, and just like how pornography, or just like how pornographic material was available from centuries earlier, this is going to take the experience to another level, and one of the first people and the first movers who are going to use is going to be the next generation. Today's generation is still way more convinced of pornography as a material of enjoying sexual experience, but the next generation, which is already experiencing and trying to play around with virtual sex, will not look at it from a lifestyle perspective. They would look at it more from a livelihood perspective. It would not be something that they can choose. It would be something that they are catered to, because with us, we looked at books, the physical page turning. The next generation is looking at the page flipping through a click, and the generation after that would not even use fingers and clicks. They would just think about it and the page would turn. Same way, as you mentioned correctly, youngsters will look at virtual sex as an experience to try out, as a technologically advanced feature. But at the same time, the drawback is that when they start trying it out, the influence that they will be doing is they'll be missing out on the actual intimacy that sex was already designed for.
Very nicely explained, Bonnie. So more than that, as you said that when I and you thinking about doing a virtual sex, we really know what is the real life and what is imagination.
Yes.
But now in youngsters who doesn't know what is a real life is into imagination, what actually blooming their fantasies and what their expectation about the partner in future life.
Correct.
So this will actually destroy marriage.
Definitely.
It's completely going to ruin the marriage, because actually sex is a gift of a marriage, whereas now the sex is gone to such a level that from a school age child onwards, people will look in and try it as a part of fun.
True.
And if anyone catch you doing that, it won't be accepted as a normal act. But the generations going to come is trying to find it's a very normal act and you should allow for the same thing. So I would say this is going to actually ruin our what values, moral values, and whatever principles what is set by the elders or the society has put on us. So what happens, it is going to take away all the normal values, that is love, peace, all the things what you speak is going to be vanished if things are easily available in the market. And there is no need of a partner actually. If the imagination is there, why you want a person over there? Because I'm getting everything free of cost in my bedroom, in the frequency and intensity I want to have.
Definitely. In fact, I just want to add on to that is that it takes a lot of effort to try to create an environment for your partner to feel comfortable, to feel at ease, and also to balance a lot of stuff. Now with virtual avatars, which is going to give you pleasures almost akin to the real experience, because very soon what happens is you get so inclined and you get so addicted to the virtual sphere and realm that you don't realize where the drawing of the line is. While the drawing of the line is on the sand, you may not even realize that you have crossed from real to virtual so easily that you now don't know how to even come back. And as you said, the part of the effort goes away and you just pay a little bit of money to have all your fantasies come true. Though yes, in a virtual level, but it still comes true and because you're paying money, now the effort that you were going to put in flowers or buying cakes or spending that time, that goes away, and you just have somebody who just comes, and at the flick of your snap of your fingers rather, the person does whatever you would want to do, you would want to be done. And it takes away the part where you need stamina, or you need your powers of muscles or ability of lasting a lot in the bed kind of a thing. At the same time, it also is in a way helpful for people who are looking down at their body, body shaming kind of a thing, where you think, or that person may think of themselves to be lesser when it comes to sexual matters, and they may not feel confident to please or have a good sexual relationship with their partners in marriage, I'm talking about. And for them to kind of go out and experience this, they would want to go out more like an experiment. But yes, that experiment will become an essential part of their life, because then they'll hold on to it much more than their actual real partners.
Yes, Mona, you explained it well. So, in order to wind up this session, I want to say that even though virtual sex is a game for someone, many of them, especially youngsters, or I can't say youngsters, youngsters may be doing a little more publicly, adults may be
Yeah.
doing under the curtains or behind the curtains. There's already difference what is happening, but it's actually it is playing with fire. We really don't know what we are stepping in. So, with this seriousness, we are winding up this session of virtual sex here, and we are coming up with the next session. We are discussing why we need to be alert as parents, as elders, why we need to be alert of controlling the virtual sex. I mean, not in a marriage, outside a marriage, and what is the spiritual take on the same. Till we come with the next session, stay happy and stay safe. Thank you so much for subscribing us channel and sharing it. I really believe that this channel is taking up topics where no one is daring to talk in public and talking the harmful effects. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay happy. Thank you.